You have been told that manifestation is all about desire, about affirmations repeated over and over, about the vision board on your wall, or the rituals that promise abundance. But deep down, you already know something has been missing. Because if it were that simple, you would have manifested every dream already. The truth is, the universe does not listen to words. It listens to frequency. And the source of your frequency is not the surface thoughts of your conscious mind, but the state of your nervous system. This is the part most people never realize. The nervous system is the first interpreter of reality. Every sound, every emotion, every memory passes through it. When your system is regulated, you feel safe, present, open. Possibility expands. But when it is locked in stress, fight or flight takes over. Your perception narrows, your heartbeat races, your body whispers to every cell, not safe, not ready, survive at all costs. In that state, no matter how strong your intention, the signal that reaches the quantum field is distorted. Think of it as trying to broadcast music through a broken radio antenna. The melody might exist inside you, but what the universe hears is static. You might be affirming, "I am abundant, I am powerful," yet if your nervous system is broadcasting incoherence, the field only reflects confusion. And so your manifestations stall, your dreams circle endlessly in potential but never collapse into your reality. This is why so many people spend years chasing techniques without results. They visualize, they journal, they attend seminars, they repeat affirmations until the words feel hollow, and still, life looks the same. It is not because they lack discipline or faith. It is because their frequency is scrambled by an unregulated system. The body is living in the past, rehearsing old survival programs, and those programs block the clear transmission required for quantum creation. But here's the hidden key. The moment you bring your nervous system into coherence, everything changes. When your heart rhythm synchronizes with your breath, when brainwaves shift into harmony, when tension melts and your body signals safe, a new frequency emerges. Your electromagnetic field expands. Your awareness opens. And in that openness, the quantum field finally responds. Biology confirms this. Bruce Lipton's work in epigenetics shows that cells are not prisoners of DNA. They respond to the environment you create inside you. Stress chemistry signals contraction and defense. Coherence signals growth and repair. Candace Pert demonstrated how emotions release molecules that bind to receptors in every cell, literally altering your state of being. And neuroscience echoes the same truth. The subconscious mind lives in the body. If the body is conditioned by stress, your subconscious belief is, "I am unsafe." That belief radiates into the field louder than any conscious affirmation. So the task is not to force the mind to believe harder. The task is to reset the body, to calm the storm, to turn static into music. Imagine the nervous system as a tuning fork. When struck by fear, it vibrates out of tune, creating dissonance. But when it is brought into balance, it vibrates clearly. That clarity becomes the carrier wave on which your intentions ride into the quantum field. And the field, which is always listening, reflects coherence back with astonishing precision. This is the reason ancient traditions spoke of alignment long before neuroscience existed. Yogis described prana flowing freely only when breath, heart, and mind were one. Mystics spoke of entering stillness before prayer, not to be calm for its own sake, but because stillness created a clear channel to the divine. Today, science gives us the language of heart rate variability, brain coherence, and electromagnetic fields. But it is describing the same principle. Your state is your signal. Now ask yourself honestly, how often have you tried to manifest from a state of survival? How many times have you pushed affirmations while your jaw was tight, your stomach knotted, your mind racing with doubt? Those moments were not failures of willpower. They were reflections of a deeper truth, that your system was broadcasting fear louder than your words were broadcasting faith. And here lies the most empowering realization. You are not stuck. Your nervous system is not broken. It is adaptable, plastic, alive. Every moment of dysregulation is an invitation to rewire, to step into coherence, to declare through your body, "I am safe, I am open, I am ready." The universe does not resist you. It simply waits for your signal to become clear. Consider this. Before any quantum particle shifts into form, it lingers in uncertainty, in the liminal space of probability. Your nervous system mirrors this process. When you hover between stress and coherence, between chaos and calm, you stand at the threshold of creation. If you collapse back into fear, your potential contracts. But if you breathe, regulate, and choose coherence, the doorway opens. The field responds. The new reality takes shape. This is the forgotten art of manifestation. It is not about forcing your mind into endless repetition. It is about aligning mind and body so the message you send is unified. When thought, emotion, and physiology broadcast the same frequency, reality bends to meet you. Your system becomes a conductor, harmonizing energy into form. Pause here. Feel your own body in this moment. Notice the breath. Notice the pulse. Can you sense how your state right now is shaping your signal? The more you practice coherence, the more natural it becomes. Over time, the nervous system learns that safety does not depend on external circumstances but on internal alignment. And from that inner safety, creation flows without resistance. Quantum manifestation unlocks the true power of your mind not by bypassing the body, but by including it. The nervous system is not an obstacle to overcome. It is the bridge. It is the antenna that allows your thoughts to reach the quantum field clearly. Regulate the antenna, and the universe tunes in. Ignore it, and the signal stays blurred. Every breakthrough you seek begins with this realization. Manifestation is state before strategy, frequency before formula, coherence before creation. When you embody safety, the field mirrors safety. When you embody openness, the field mirrors openness. When you embody readiness, the field delivers the reality you are ready to hold. So the question is no longer, why doesn't manifestation work for me? The question becomes, what signal am I broadcasting? Because the universe is not silent. It is answering you in every moment. And the quality of the answer depends entirely on the clarity of the transmission. When you step into coherence, you step into alignment with possibility itself. Your nervous system, once a gatekeeper of limitation, becomes the amplifier of your destiny. And from that place, manifestation is not effort. It is flow. It is not struggle. It is response. It is the universe echoing back the clarity you chose to embody. This is how quantum manifestation truly unlocks the power of your mind, by uniting thought and biology into one coherent message that the field cannot ignore. And once you feel this shift, you realize the power was never missing. It was waiting for you to remember the doorway hidden inside your own state. You have heard it said that the subconscious mind runs 95% of your life. But what most people never consider is that this subconscious is not hidden in some mysterious vault inside the brain. It lives in the body. Every repeated thought becomes a chemical pattern. Every emotion sends a cascade of molecules through your bloodstream. Every stress response teaches your cells what to expect. Over time, your nervous system memorizes the past, and that memory becomes your reality. This is why change feels so hard. You may want to create wealth, health, or love, but your body is carrying the imprint of old experiences. It whispers, "This is how things are." And because the subconscious mind speaks louder through chemistry than the conscious mind does through intention, the past repeats itself like an unbroken loop. But here lies the revolutionary insight. What has been programmed can be reprogrammed. The body may store the past, but it is also the gateway to the future, and the bridge that connects them is the quantum field. Think of the subconscious like fertile soil. If you plant seeds of fear through repeated stress, doubt, or self-criticism, the soil grows weeds of limitation. But if you consciously plant seeds of coherence, safety, and vision, the soil learns to nurture new life. Quantum manifestation is not about ignoring the weeds. It is about tending the soil until the old patterns lose their hold, and the ground becomes rich enough for new realities to sprout. Science affirms this. Neuroplasticity shows the brain rewires itself continuously, forming new neural connections when old ones are no longer repeated. Epigenetics proves that genes are switches turned on or off depending on the environment you create. And quantum physics demonstrates that possibility collapses into reality only when observed, only when energy becomes informed by intention. Combine these three truths, and a picture emerges. The subconscious is not fixed. It is fluid, responsive, and waiting for direction. So how do you send that direction? You do it by embodying a new frequency long enough that your body believes it is real. Words alone are not enough. Visualization alone is not enough. The nervous system must feel it. The heart must pulse it. The brain must wire it. When thought, feeling, and physiology converge, the subconscious receives the new command. And once the body believes, the field responds. Consider the practice of heart-brain coherence. When you breathe slowly, activating the parasympathetic system, your heart rhythm stabilizes. That stability signals the brain to shift into harmony. The body feels safe. In that state, when you introduce a vision of abundance, health, or love, the subconscious records it not as fantasy, but as lived experience. The chemistry of safety allows the imprint to take hold. The body says, yes, this is real. This is the secret behind why gratitude is such a powerful manifestation tool. Gratitude is not just a polite feeling. It is the emotion of already receiving. When you practice gratitude, your body floods with biochemistry that matches fulfillment. The subconscious cannot tell whether the gratitude comes from the memory of something past or the experience of something new. All it knows is, this is what reality feels like. And so it wires to hold that state. Every repetition strengthens the imprint. Imagine walking through a forest where no trail exists. The first time, you push aside branches and struggle through uneven ground. But each time you walk the same path, the trail becomes clearer, smoother, easier to follow. The subconscious works in the same way. Old trails of fear and survival may be deep, but the more you walk the trail of coherence, gratitude, and vision, the stronger it becomes. Eventually, it becomes the default path your system chooses. This is why consistency matters more than intensity. A single meditation can spark inspiration, but daily practice rewires identity. Each breath of coherence, each moment of gratitude, each vision held with feeling plants another seed. Over time, the soil transforms. And when the soil transforms, the harvest changes. The quantum field amplifies what the subconscious holds. If the body is rehearsing fear, the field reflects fear. If the body is rehearsing abundance, the field reflects abundance. The subconscious is not just your personal programming, it is your transmitter. And when the transmitter is aligned, manifestation accelerates. Pause and imagine this. You sit quietly, your breath steady, your heart rhythm coherent. A vision of your future arises not as a distant wish, but as a present reality. You feel it in your chest. You see it in your mind. You allow the body to flood with the chemistry of fulfillment. In that moment, you are not hoping, you are being. The subconscious registers it as truth, and the field, which always matches coherence, begins rearranging reality around you. This is how you break cycles. This is how you end the repetition of the past. Not by fighting the subconscious directly, but by training it gently, consistently, lovingly, into alignment with who you are becoming. Each practice session is like teaching a child a new language. At first the words stumble, but with repetition, fluency grows. Soon the body speaks coherence automatically, and the field listens with clarity. But here is the paradox. You do not practice coherence in order to get something. You practice coherence in order to become someone. When you become the person whose nervous system broadcasts safety, gratitude, and love, the reality that matches those states cannot help but appear. You do not chase outcomes. You embody alignment. Outcomes chase you. This is why ancient wisdom and modern science converge on the same truth. Reality is an inside job. The Vedas spoke of samskaras, impressions stored in the subtle body that shape destiny. Psychology speaks of conditioned responses and neural pathways. Physics speaks of energy collapsing into matter. Different languages, same message. Your inner state informs your outer world. And here is the invitation. Every time you notice stress rising, every time you catch the body rehearsing old fear, you have a choice. You can follow the old trail, or you can pause, breathe, and create a new one. Each choice is small, but over time, it rewrites the subconscious. And when the subconscious shifts, the quantum field shifts with it. So as you move forward, remember, the subconscious is not your enemy. It is your ally, waiting to be led. It is not a prison of the past, but a canvas for the future. And the brush you hold is coherence. You are not simply reprogramming thought. You are reprogramming biology. You are not simply calming the body. You are opening the portal to the field. And when that portal is open, the true power of your mind is revealed, not as wishful thinking, but as the architect of reality. This is the deeper truth of quantum manifestation. You unlock the mind by training the body. And when body and mind align, the subconscious no longer drags you backward. It carries you forward into the field of infinite possibility that has always been waiting. You begin with something simple: the breath. Most people overlook it because it feels ordinary, yet the breath is the fastest way to signal your nervous system that you are safe. When you inhale deeply and exhale slowly, the body shifts from survival into restoration. Heart rate slows, muscles soften, chemistry begins to change. In that moment, the doorway opens. You close your eyes and place a hand over your chest. Instead of letting the mind race, you invite awareness to the rhythm beneath your palm. The heart is not only a pump, it is an electromagnetic field generator, 100 times stronger electrically than the brain. When the heart falls into rhythm, the brain follows. This is coherence, the alignment of two centers that usually pull in opposite directions. With every slow breath, you imagine inhaling safety and exhaling tension. You picture the chest expanding with light, and the body responds with calm. The subconscious, always listening, takes note. This is what safety feels like. Each repetition lays down a new imprint. Now you bring in emotion. Not any emotion, but one that matches the frequency you wish to live in. Gratitude, love, appreciation. You recall a memory that awakens this feeling, or you imagine a future so alive that your body can already taste it. As the emotion rises, the heart rhythm strengthens, the brain waves stabilize, and chemistry shifts again. Neurochemicals of stress are replaced with oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine. Your body believes the future is now. Here is the secret. Coherence is not achieved through thought alone. It requires the union of breath, heart, and feeling. When all three align, the nervous system broadcasts harmony, and the quantum field, like a mirror, reflects it. You hold the vision loosely, not with desperation but with presence. If you grip too tightly, you return to survival. If you float too lightly, the body dismisses it. Balance is the art, feeling the vision fully while trusting that it is already unfolding. In this practice, minutes matter more than hours. Just 5 minutes of genuine coherence can reset the body and rewire the subconscious. Each session adds weight to the new reality, like stacking stones into a foundation. Over time, the foundation becomes unshakable, and so coherence is not something you visit, it is something you live. Each breath is a reminder. Each heartbeat is a transmitter. Each emotion is a signal. Together, they unlock the true power of your mind, not by forcing, but by allowing. This is how you step into alignment with the quantum field, not through effort, but through resonance. And when resonance is sustained, manifestation is no longer a mystery. It becomes the natural expression of who you are becoming. You've learned to breathe. You've felt the heart align with the mind. For a moment, coherence becomes real, a signal rippling through your nervous system and out into the quantum field. But here is the deeper challenge. Coherence is not meant to be a fleeting state you touch only in meditation. It is meant to become the baseline of your life. Everyday life will test it. A message arrives that triggers stress. Someone's words stir anger. Old memories surface, dragging you back into survival. In those moments, the nervous system reverts to its old program. The heart scatters, the brain grows chaotic, and the field collapses. This is where most people stop, believing the practice has failed. But the truth is different. These moments are the practice. Each trigger is not an obstacle, but an invitation. The signal is clear, a chance to return. Instead of reacting, you pause. You feel the breath. You place awareness back into the chest. You remember the frequency of gratitude or love, not as a thought, but as a felt experience. And with each choice to return, you strengthen the new pathway. The nervous system learns. This is the new normal. Science confirms this. Repeated states become traits. Neural circuits that fire together, wire together. Chemistry that is rehearsed becomes automatic. At first, coherence feels fragile, like a candle in the wind. But over time, it becomes steady, even in the storm. You begin to carry this coherence into small actions. Drinking water, you bless it with awareness. Walking, you sense each step connecting you to the earth. Speaking, you choose words that emerge from balance, not reactivity. These micro-moments are not trivial, they are anchors. They lock the nervous system into the frequency of safety, love, and expansion. As you stabilize coherence, something shifts. You notice synchronicities, small alignments that seem too precise to be random. The right person calls at the right time. Opportunities open where there were once closed doors. The field is responding because you are no longer sending mixed signals. This is how manifestation begins to crystallize. Not through force, but through stability. The nervous system has become consistent enough for the quantum field to recognize the signal. What once seemed like chance becomes predictable. You are not chasing reality anymore. You are generating it. And so coherence becomes more than a practice. It becomes an identity. You are no longer someone who visits peace. You are someone who embodies it. No longer someone who waits for alignment. You are alignment itself. This is the true stabilization. Not holding the frequency for a moment, but becoming the frequency for a lifetime. You have walked through ideas, glimpses, and practices. But this is the moment where everything comes together. Quantum manifestation has always been less about reaching for something far away and more about realizing that your reality bends when your energy changes. And your energy changes the moment you regulate your nervous system and align your heart with your mind. Think of all the times you told yourself, "I'll change tomorrow." You pushed your desires into the distance as if they lived in some future that never arrives. But the truth is sharper. The future you're waiting for does not exist. The only place reality collapses into matter is here, in this instant. And that collapse is shaped not by chance, not by force, but by coherence. You might feel skeptical. You might wonder, how can my body, my emotions, and my breath actually influence reality itself? But recall what science already knows. Every thought you generate is electrical. Every emotion you feel is chemical. Every signal your heart sends vibrates far beyond your chest. When you live in stress, in fear, or in scattered energy, those signals create incoherence. Your body locks into survival, your cells repeat old patterns, and the field reflects back circumstances that match that survival state. But when you regulate your nervous system, something astonishing happens. Your heart rate variability stabilizes, your brain waves shift into harmony. Your entire body begins to broadcast the frequency of safety, gratitude, and expansion, and the quantum field, the invisible matrix of potential, mirrors it back. Life starts arranging itself to prove your signal was true. So how do you step into this truth, not as theory, but as lived experience? You begin by remembering that your body is not the enemy. It is the vehicle, the antenna, the bridge. You train it to feel what your future already feels like before the evidence arrives. You breathe in coherence. You imagine as if it is now. You instruct every cell to record a new pattern. Close your eyes for a moment and picture it. You sitting there, not in the chaos of thoughts, not in the endless rehearsals of fear, but centered. Your breath slows. Your shoulders drop. Your heart and brain sync like two instruments tuning into the same note. In that instant, you are no longer a victim of the past. You are broadcasting your future into the present. Many people think manifestation is about wanting harder, about speaking affirmations louder, about begging the universe. But quantum manifestation bypasses begging entirely. It requires you to become the version of yourself who already holds what you desire. When you embody that energy, your nervous system relaxes, your subconscious accepts the new signal, and the field cannot help but bend toward it. This is not mystical exaggeration. This is physics. Energy organizes matter. Frequency attracts likeness. Your body is the transmitter, and the universe is the receiver, sending the echo back. Let's deepen the practice. Imagine you desire freedom, financial, emotional, spiritual. Instead of saying, "One day I'll be free," You step into the frequency of freedom right now. You ask your body, how does freedom feel? Maybe it feels like breath moving without effort, like a chest expanding without weight. You inhale and let your cells record that sensation. You exhale and allow the nervous system to stabilize around it. The more often you do this, the more your body begins to accept freedom as familiar. And when it feels familiar inside, the field reflects it outside. Or imagine love. Instead of repeating, I want love, I need love, you breathe into the vibration of being loved already. You recall a memory of deep connection, or you create an image in your mind of warmth flooding your chest. You don't wait for someone else to ignite that fire. You become the source. You broadcast the frequency of love itself, and that frequency reshapes the field. Here is where many stumble. They practice once, twice, and expect the world to shift overnight. But the quantum field does not respond to random bursts of hope. It responds to consistency. When you repeatedly align your nervous system, your coherence builds momentum. Just as a musician practices scales until music flows effortlessly, you practice coherence until manifestation becomes natural. This is why your nervous system matters so much. It is the record keeper of your life. If you don't reset it, it drags yesterday into today. But when you reset it, you free yourself from repetition. You teach your body that it's safe to let go of the past and safe to embody the future. That safety is what allows the field to open. Now, imagine this as your final activation. You close your eyes. You sit upright, shoulders soft. You inhale slowly for 5 counts and exhale gently for 5 counts. Your breath is steady, like the tide. You bring your attention to your heart, placing your awareness there as if your mind has moved into your chest. You recall a memory of gratitude, maybe small, maybe grand. It doesn't matter. You let the feeling of thankfulness expand. As you hold gratitude, you notice your thoughts quieting. You notice your body softening. You notice a warmth building within. That warmth is coherence. That warmth is you stepping into alignment with the quantum field. This is where transformation happens, not in desperate striving, but in quiet alignment. Not in begging for the future, but in embodying it now. The final truth is this: manifestation is not about creating something from nothing. It's about tuning yourself to the frequency where what you desire already exists. The universe is infinite potential, and your nervous system is the switch. When you regulate it, align it, and fill it with coherence, you flip the switch, and the universe responds in kind. So as you finish this journey, remember, you are not powerless. You are not waiting. You are not trapped by biology or memory. You hold the key within you, in your breath, your heart, your awareness. Each moment you choose coherence over chaos, you choose creation over repetition. And when you choose that consistently, the quantum field listens, it reflects, it organizes, it manifests. Now, as we close, take one last deep breath. Inhale gratitude. Exhale alignment. Feel your nervous system resting in safety, your heart and brain tuned in harmony, your body broadcasting the signal of your desired reality. Know that this practice is not an ending, but the doorway to the life you are already creating. And if this journey has spoken to you, if you feel the shift even now, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. By doing that, you're not just supporting this work, you're signaling to yourself and the universe that you are ready to step fully into your quantum alignment. The power of your mind is real, the field is listening, and your reality is waiting to be collapsed into now.